all, hope you have gone through the previous tutorials of LR Parsers. Okay, only after going through that tutorial you should watch this one, because without that basic you can't understand anything on CLR parsing tables. Why we want to construct CLR parsers? Now, one of the disadvantages that we can mention in LR parsers is that when we have a reduction statement in LR parsers, we will find the follow of that particular non-terminal symbol, and whatever terminal symbols are there in follow of A, we will include that reduction to all of that terminal symbols, right? So there will be situations where the A giving alpha would be invalid on input A. Okay, where A is a terminal in full of A. So in some situations, the reduction by A giving alpha would be invalid on a particular terminal symbol A. So because of that, we are going for CLR parser. Now, the difference between the items in LR and CLR parsers is that we will have an extra information in items of CLR parser. Okay, in order to avoid some invalid reductions, the state need to carry more information. And this information is put into a state by including a terminal symbol as a second component in an item. So in LR process, you know how we build an item. Okay, we will be putting a dot symbol at the somewhere in this predictions, right, in the RHS. In addition to that, we will be having a terminal symbol also. That is the additional information we are providing in CLR parsers. So this gives a syntax or format of an LR1 item. So A giving alpha dot beta comma A, where A is the lookhead of the LR1 item, where A can be either a terminal symbol or an end marker like dollar. Now here 1 refers to the length of second component. Since we are using a terminal symbol of length 1, it is represented by 1. Now in the case of predictions like A giving alpha dot beta comma A, where beta is not epsilon, we don't have any effect. This look ahead has no effect because we will be performing shift action in that case. But in the case of A giving alpha dot, in this case we have to perform reduction A giving alpha if the next input symbol is A. Here comes the difference between this LR parsers and CLR parser. Now the shift action is exactly same as that we performed in our LR parser. In the reduction part, in the case of LR parsers, what we did was, if we have a prediction of the form A giving alpha, we will take full of A, and whatever symbols comes in full of A, we will give this reduction prediction to that. But in the case of this CLR, we will add this reduction prediction only to the terminals in the this part, that is the look ahead part. Okay, that is the main difference. So you will get a clear idea when you solve an example. Now, how we can construct this LR1 items? Okay, the construction of LR1 item is a little bit different from that of that LR0 items. So first we have to find the closure. Okay, so how we have to find the closure? Because we have an additional item here, look ahead item. So how we will compute that? Okay, every LR1 item in I is in closure of I. Okay, now if we have a prediction A giving alpha dot B beta comma A, see after dot there is a non-terminal symbol, then comes a beta part, that is a mixture of terminals and non-terminals, comma a terminal look ahead symbol. In closure of I, what you have to do is check whether you have any prediction of B. Okay, so if you have a prediction like this, B giving gamma, then include that prediction. That is B giving dot gamma you have to include. Then you have to add a look ahead symbol, right? This you have seen in construction of LR0 items. LR0 items also, whenever we have a terminal symbol after dot, we have to include the protection, okay, in computing the closure. So similarly, you have to include that protection with a dot at the left hand side, similar to LR0 item. But additional, we have to add this terminal symbol or look ahead symbol. So how you will get this look ahead is you have to take first of beta a portion, that is after this B, whatever comes after B, you have to take first of that is first of beta a. That symbols will be your look ahead. Okay, so this is how we compute the closure. Then once you compute the closure, you have to perform go to operation. The go to operation is similar to that in LR0, so or in LR Parsers. Okay, if you have a prediction of the form alpha dot x beta comma a, then every item in closure of a giving alpha x dot beta comma a will be in go to of ix. So this is a basic of computing CLR. See how we can construct a parser. So it's similar to that of LR parser. So input is an augmented grammar G dash and output will be a CLR parsing table with functions, action and go to. Now first step is construct C dash, that is a canonical collection of LR1 items. Now state I of the parser is constructed from II and passing action is as if the shift operation is very much similar to that of our LR parser method, as if we have a prediction of A giving alpha dot A beta comma B, that is after a dot operation we have a terminal symbol. Then what we will do, we will write shift J where this II will go to IJ on the terminal symbol A. This is clear, as we have discussed the same in LR parser method. Then if A giving alpha, this is the only difference in CLR parser. If we have A giving alpha dot comma A, that is the dot is at the end, at the right end, then what you have to do, you have to perform reduction action. So wherever you write this A giving alpha, you will write A giving alpha only under the terminal in look ahead symbol. Okay, in the case of LR, we wrote this A giving alpha protection to all the terminals in follow of A. But in CLR, we will write it under only this terminal. That is the significance of look ahead symbol. Third one is also previous the same as that of LR1, is if there is a protection S dash giving S dot comma dollar, then we have to write except. In that case action of $5 has to be written as except, and if there is any conflicting actions, then it is not in LR1. Then the go to is also similar to that. If we have a go to of II comma capital A equal to ij, then we will write go to of I comma A equal to j. Okay, now this is also that we have discussed initial state will be constructed from this. So in that case we had up to this only, right? S dash giving dot s was our first item. Here we have to include a look ahead symbol and the initial symbol will be dollar. Okay, so this is also important. This is how we will construct a CLR parsing table. Now we will see an example. So we have a prediction S giving C C and C giving small c capital C or D. So as the first step we have to construct augmented grammar. So we are creating the augmented grammar by including the additional prediction S dash giving S, and same predictions we are repeating, and hence we will get this augmented grammar. Now next step is constructing LR1 item. So first prediction we have to include is S dash giving dot S comma dollar. Okay. Now since there is capital S after dot, you have to include the production containing S. So I have included the production S giving dot CC. Now, how this dollar came? Now, dot CC is the production. And why we include this production? Because we had a dot after S. Now, see this rule. If we have a production alpha dot B beta comma A, okay, what you have to include as a look ahead? First of beta A. So first of beta A. Here beta is epsilon and A is dollar. So first of dollar is dollar. That is why we have included dollar here. Once more, how I got dollar here is, this is the production from which we wrote this. So we have to take first of beta A. Here beta part is epsilon, A is dollar. So first of beta A is dollar. That is why I have included dollar. Now in this we have a dot before capital C. So I have to include the production with C. So that is why I am including the production C giving dot CC. Okay. Now how will I get this? I have to include here beta A is capital C comma dollar. Okay. Beta A portion is capital C comma dollar, and when I take this first of capital C comma dollar, I will get the values small c and small d. So I have included the production, sorry, look ahead as small c or small d. Now, since we there are one more prediction with c, so that is c giving small d. Here also a look ahead will be beta a, that is capital C dollar, which is c or d. So hence we get these more items in the set I0. Okay. So whenever we find a closure, we have to find goto. So first we will see goto on capital. So this is our I0 item. Now we will find I1. So how will I get I1 is I am going to transit via capital S. So on S, see, when I move one step to right, okay, I'll get S dash giving S dot, right? I'll get S dash giving S dot, comma, dollar. So when you traverse this dot, you have to include the look ahead same as that of the production. That is, here it is dollar, so you have to include dollar here. So when a dot is moved, you have to copy the look ahead symbol. You should, okay, that is a one rule. Okay, so there are no more production possible since dot is at the end. Now we'll see for capital C. Okay, so when I move dot one to the right of capital C, I will get S giving C dot C comma dollar, because we have to copy the look ahead of that production. No change in that look ahead. So I will get C dot C comma dollar. Now, since there is a capital C after dot, I have to include the productions with capital C. Now, C. C giving small c capital C comma. Why I get dollar? Because I took first of beta A. Okay, first of beta A here is dollar, so that is why I got dollar here. Here also first of beta A dollar, that is why I get dollar here. Now we will go for small c. So when I traverse through small c, here also when I traverse I get c giving small c capital C, and why I get this is here beta A is small c or small d, that is why I get small c small d here. So see here, in both these cases the protections are same, only difference is in look ahead symbols, right? Here when we take LR0 item, this protection C giving dot CC and CV giving dot D is same when we consider LR0 items. But in the case of LR1 items, this look ahead symbols, here it is dollar and here it is small c or D. So we have to keep it as two separate sets. Now on small d, when we traverse through one point, it will get C giving D dot. Okay, and further closure is not possible at dot is at end. So these are the items that we get when I traverse through these terminal and non-terminals. In this way, we have to compute go to and closure of all states. Here it no more states, further no states are possible. Here also further no states are possible. But it is possible for I2 and I3. So this is the final diagram that you will get after completing all the go-tos and closures. Okay, you can go through it. Now, let us see how we have to construct the CLR parsing table. So first you have to number the productions. Now I have written the states, all the 9 states here. Now action part and go to part. An action part will consist of all terminal symbols with dollar and go to part will consist of non-terminal symbols. Now for state 0, so what is the first thing we have to check? Whenever there is a small terminal symbol after dot symbol, then you have to write shift, right? So for small, here in this production there is small c capital C. So on C it is going to I3. So I'll write on 0 on C shift 3. So shift action is similar to that of LR parser. Only difference comes similarly in the case of 1 is S dash giving S dot comma dollar. So I have writing on I on 1 on dollar accept. It is also similar to our LR parser. Now difference comes when there is some reductions. So reduction, for example, this 3 and D. So in the case of I3, okay. So in the case of I3 and in for 3, not in the case of I3, it's in the case of I4. Okay, state 4, where is it? State 4, yeah. So in the case of state 4, the dot symbol is at the end of D, right? So in that case, what you have to do, you have to reduce by the production C giving D. So reducing by the production C giving D is reducing by 3. Now, in the case of LR parsers, we found the fall of C and wrote under that the production, right? But in this case, in the case of CLR, we will write this C giving D only under the look ahead terminals. Okay, so here are two look ahead terminals, C or D. So we have to write R3 under C and under D. Similarly, one more we will take uh, for state 8. For state 8, see, C giving CC dot, that is this reduced by 2, and reduced by 2 has to be written only under C and D. Okay, so under C and under D we wrote this. Now I9 also reduced by 3, no, reduced by 2, but we have to write only under dollar. So that is why R2 is written under dollar. Rest everything similar to that of a LR parser. Even go to part is also similar to LR parser. How will you get go to? 0 on capital C I2. So 0 on capital C go to 2 and 0 on capital S it is going to I1. So 0 on capital S 1. So hope you are clear with constructing CLR parsers. So please go through the tutorial and understand the concept. Thanks for watching.